Colonel Roy Campbell here. Do not turn the game console off. The mission has not failed. Because you are listening to Raw Dogs. You have a mission. Listen up. Enjoy. Roy Campbell, out.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Raw Dogs. We are part of Hair of the Dogcast, and we are a member of the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network. Raw Dogs is a podcast about video games and beer, and Christmas and eldritch abominations. This is a very Kirby Christmas, and I am one of your hosts. My name is Brad.
Ho, 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 it's me, Santa. Nope, got that wrong. It's Dylan. Tricked you.
If Santa had a homeless grandson, he might look like you.
I'm the most homeless-looking homed person. Housed?
You're the most homeless-looking housed person?
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to call them unhoused now?
Just call them people.
Because I mean,
Well, if they don't have a home, you can describe them.
Home is where your heart is.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the homeless people?
Yeah.
There's a new name for them?
There's a new name.
There's a new name? Yeah, unhoused apparently is more politically correct. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I think homeless is fine.
I think so. Why unhoused?
Why church it up?
Yeah, church it up.
Why church it?
I mean, I think it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Tyler. And when is this going to air?
This airs Wednesday.
Wednesday. So that's, okay. So I won't be 30 yet, but we're getting fucking close.
Oh, my man's almost 30. And
Yeah.
what did you get for your birthday/Christmas present? I guess you're fucked in that sense.
I bought it for myself.
Oh, you bought it for yourself?
Yeah, it was my gift to me. I bought myself a Nintendo Switch OLED, the white one.
Oh, I'm jealous of that.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I've been playing Breath of the Wild.
You should have asked to borrow something from me.
I got Breath of the Wild from my brother. I bought Mario Kart 8 and Hades. So
Oh, that works.
You'll be busy for a while.
Yeah, I'll keep you. Yeah. How are you liking Breath of the Wild?
it's a lot of fun. I like the sense of exploration.
7 years later, almost
Yeah.
7 years.
That's crazy when you say it like that.
Yeah.
Well, someone posted Lord of the Rings, The Two Tower was 20 years ago. And I said, fuck me.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
like
pretty
that.
wild.
We drink beer on this podcast, especially when our executive producer, Ryan Christian, sends us a boatload of beer. So we have Christmas beers. We have 4 Christmas beers to drink
I love
today.
it.
This is from Carback Brewing. This is You Will Shoot Your Eye Out. And it is a beer. It
A
is-
reference to Christmas Story.
It is for Gile, it says, and it's a major award. I think there's
That's
a lot of cute references.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm interested. Is this another sour?
No, I don't think we have any sours today, actually.
What is this supposed to be?
I don't think it says, but just like a nice, light, drinkable, kind of like amberish beer.
Yeah.
Maybe a red ale. It could be a red ale.
The fact that they don't write what it is kind of weird.
Yeah. They just figure
Red
hipsters. They're like, hipsters don't care. Just, okay, it was a red ale.
Yeah.
They just say, hipsters don't care. They will drink anything we put in a can. And it's
Yeah.
true as a craft beer aficionado.
I'm distracted by fun colors.
This is a reference to a film I like.
That is most pop culture now.
Very Kirby Christmas. Now, this is our 3rd Christmas special.
3rd.
And we've done a very Persona 5 Christmas. We've done a very Yakuza Christmas. And now we're on a very Kirby Christmas.
Kirby.
And essentially, it means we don't really have to talk about too much. We are going to talk a lot about Kirby. I have maybe a good 20 minutes of notes that I want to get through.
Yeah.
But then we can just fuck around.
That's fine.
So, first thing I want to say, as a fuck around, I watched a really great, weird movie last night.
What is it?
Just go to HBO Max,
Oh, it's the Yule log thing.
watch Yule Log.
okay.
Don't watch it with your kids. Don't look up a fucking thing about it and strap yourself in.
All right.
Okay.
Yule log.
Yule
It's
Log.
happening tonight.
It is so fun.
Yeah, it's good.
It is top 5 films of the year.
Ooh.
No shit.
It's so out there, and what I like about
It sounds like a Dylan thing.
it's
Yeah.
what I like about entertainment, and
Sure.
I like being surprised. So check out Yule Log if you're not with children.
Or with children and haunt them forever.
Maybe 14 and up, maybe we'll say. But
Okay.
I'm going to go to our resident Kirby professional here. Tyler, what the fuck do you know about Kirby?
What's Kirby?
The dude's a vacuum, apparently. That's the first thing I know. He kicks my ass when I play Super Smash from time to time. I'll be honest, my knowledge in Kirby is quite limited.
Have you played any Kirby game outside of Smash Brothers?
Yeah, I've played a few. My mom had some, like back in the day.
Your mom had some, like Kirby's Adventure, probably?
Yeah,
for the
whatever
NES?
she had on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, Kirby Superstar?
Probably.
Yeah, probably that.
I remember playing a little bit of them, and I have them on the SNES store thing on the Switch now.
Oh, yeah, there's a
There's
ton
a
of
couple
them.
of
Yeah,
them.
yeah. There's Dreamland 3, Superstar, and Dream Course, I think.
I really, really want to play that new one because I did.
Forgotten Land?
Yeah, I saw Before You Buy on it, and that looks fantastic. The colors are
cool.
popping. The animation looks top notch.
You can borrow it after Brad, yeah.
Absolutely. It looks like a Mario Odyssey. Looks like a Mario Odyssey style kind of Kirby game.
It's a bit more like almost like a non-pathway following, almost like Crash Bandicoot, kind of.
It's very linear.
Chameleon twist,
It
kind of
is,
N64 platformer.
I just couldn't
almost.
get over how good it looked.
It's wonderful looking,
Like
yeah.
just watching some gameplay on YouTube, I was like, I'm not normally the type of person that wants to play Nintendo games all the time. In fact, it took me this long to get a Switch. But when I saw the gameplay on YouTube, I was like, I might have to play that.
Yeah, it's really fun.
One of the most charming aspects of Kirby games is how approachable and friendly they are.
That's true.
I'm playing on Wild Mode, Forgotten Land, which is like the hardest one available when you start.
Sure.
I haven't died once, and I'm at the final boss.
That's good.
Well, I don't love it. It is a finished game. It is a beautiful game. It is an inventive, creative game, and it's also not challenging, and it feels a little too easy to me.
It's supposed to be. I mean, Kirby games aren't known for their high level of difficulty. Like there are times where you can like struggle with certain bosses or whatever, but sometimes you just want to have one of those platforming experiences that it's simple, it's fun. Like I wouldn't call Mario Odyssey particularly difficult. I never died in Mario Odyssey.
If you're going for 100% completion, Mario Odyssey gets very difficult in its gameplay challenges.
Well, on the moon, yeah. Okay.
And I mean, that's something that we were talking about Mario Odyssey the other day, and you had mentioned like it's not finished and it could have used some more time in the oven.
I think so, yeah.
And whereas Kirby is cooked to perfection, I would prefer a game with more challenge that's unfinished. I prefer Mario Odyssey just because there is more gameplay challenges. This is great. It's just super straightforward. What I find the best part of the Forgotten Land is the weird abilities. Not the ones you get from enemies, but
Yeah.
cars and vending machines
Mouthful mode.
and file cabinets, all that stuff. I love that.
Yeah, I think also that this is one of those games that's accessible to everyone, and you can kind of like they do have a demographic in mind, but they also make it for people who, don't normally play video games. Like parents might want to actually strap in and play this. Kids can play it. I mean, that's the demographic. It's children.
The easy mode, I imagine my nephew just having so much fun.
Yeah.
Like with an easy mode of this game.
And I think for accessibility, I think that's highly important. Not every game can be a challenge. I mean, they buff up the health. That's what they do in wild mode. That's basically what the difference is.
And while I do say like it's not my favorite game I've played, it's still a 10 out of 10 game.
It's a 10 out of 10, yeah.
It is perfectly like put together, designed, and it's a balanced game, which
Very important.
it's like almost the entire time, I feel like I play games that are pretty, I will look corners that are obvious to go around, look for secrets. Like I get that stuff. And as someone who kind of just is happy to go a little out of their way to make sure they pick everything up in a level, I almost never had to go do extra grinding for coins. And when I got to that point, I just went to Google, and then you can just get all those codes and just get free coins from that one shop.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did it
Yeah.
I think everyone did. Because they give you one right away. You're supposed to search for those secrets, but I could never find any more of them.
Well, also just there's like tweets that they send out with codes and different like ways you get them online.
No.
And certain things you get for completing the game, and you don't actually have to complete the game to get the code. Just use the code. Yeah. Kirby.
It's lovely. I mean, like, here's the thing. I think the thesis statement of all Kirby games is like joy. It's just supposed to be a good time. I don't think there's any like, there's nothing like grand scale about Kirby, really.
There's no like Kingdom Hearts jerking off to this game.
No, it's
No.
it's a video game ass video game.
It is a simple video game. It is so simple that they originally just drew a circle with some eyes as a placeholder, and they're like, fuck it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Put some shoes on them.
Well,
Put some shoes on. You can't be barefoot out there.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy was my first ever video game.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah, I still have my copy of it.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
It's a great game.
It is. I finish it now in like 10 minutes, but
There are a couple of, like, there's a big company that's in charge of Kirby, and that's HAL Laboratory. HAL Laboratory, video game developer based out of Japan. They were founded on February 21st in 1980. Everybody associates them with Nintendo, but they are independent and just always work with Nintendo.
yeah.
And Kirby is not a straight up Nintendo character. HAL Laboratory
particularly,
owns
no.
them.
Yeah.
But the company was going to go under from the development of a Famicom game called Metal Slater Glory, but Nintendo rescued them under the condition they made Satoru Iwata president. So
Oh.
Iwata, famous Nintendo president, passed away, but he was president of Nintendo for a long time, famous for the Wii U as a failure and a million really great successful things. The Wii U is also great, but a great failure.
Yeah. It was a branding problem.
Yeah. So HAL Laboratory is the Kirby company, not the vacuum company, the Kirby company. But Masahiro Sakurai
Yep.
is the man behind the puff, the pink puff ball.
Well, one of the things Tyler might not know is that essentially Super Smash Brothers is Kirby. It's literally how Kirby plays in side scroller form. Like all the movesets and everything, that all extends from Kirby.
Oh, really?
Yep, because when you get certain powers, it affects, like, there's like a move set that's kind of hidden within the straight up movement that Kirby can do. So it's like it's usually up, left, run, and all that. And you can kind of do combos based off of that. So, I mean, like the DNA is all there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can tell that Sakurai kind of took Smash Brothers, and they are Kirby. Like, to
They're
me,
Kirby
that is
games.
just Kirby canon, especially
Yeah.
the ending of Ultimate, fighting Darkon and Light Boy.
Yeah.
Those are clearly just dark matter or whatever the things are.
You know it.
Sakurai was born 1970, creator of Kirby and Smash Brothers, pretty big legacy. Left HAL Laboratory in 2003 with his wife, and they founded Sora Limited. It's a shell company that works on freelance projects. He left partially because of the forced sequelization of the Kirby series, and instead he was pigeonholed into the forced sequelization of the Smash Brothers series.
Oh, but he was making money.
Oh, I feel so bad. Every time you see videos of that guy, he's just like tired and every Smash Brothers game he says is the final one because I don't know what else to do.
What can you possibly do after this one?
Ultimate's like, we've done it all. There's nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what, add a story mode again? Like an actual story mode? Like Brawl had? I don't know. How do you iterate on this anymore? Everyone's here. Everyone's there.
You should get Smash Ultimate for the Switch.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Smash is a must-own if you have a Nintendo system.
Yeah.
Smash and Mario Kart. You need those.
For parties, maybe a few Jackbox games.
Sakurai, he directed Kirby's Dream Land, Adventure, Superstar, Nightmare in Dreamland, and Air Ride. As far as Kirby games, he directed Smash Brothers, Melee, Brawl for Wii U and 3DS, and Ultimate for Smash Brothers games. And he directed Kid Icarus Uprising and Meteos as well.
I've never played Meteos.
It's like a puzzle game. I think it was DS.
Okay.
Sakurai invented Kirby at the age of 19 while designing a game for the Game Boy. Like I mentioned, the Blob placeholder sprite was created, originally called Twinkle Popo.
I actually like that.
Twinkle Popo.
And they're like, Americans will not buy Twinkle Popo. And
Yeah,
I think
they
it's
need angry.
and that's something that you notice too, like American Kirby covers.
Yeah, they're all angry. He's angry in all of them.
As opposed to happy?
Oh, he's so happy in the Japanese ones because Kirby doesn't really get angry.
No, he is not only like a bottomless pit, he is an emotionless void most of the time.
He also seems indifferent to pain. Like he feels it, but he also doesn't care. So he's got nothing to be angry about.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, describe Kirby as a being, if you could.
Sure. Kirby is a very hungry, sleepy blob man who has an infinite void existing within his stomach, so he can pull in everything around him, and it just goes to another dimension, essentially.
So his guts are like Hermione's bag.
Sure.
You're always referencing Hermione's purses. It's really odd.
It's just a cool. I don't know why, but it's like the first time
I mean, I would literally go with Santa's bag for the Christmas episode.
Well, fuck me. I like Harry Potter. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Dark. Yeah, I mean, Kirby's just pure joy. He represents all like these crazy lazy qualities that normally nobody would.
So he's a Hufflepuff, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what? Pure Hufflepuff, man. Yeah, that's canon.
That's canon for sure.
He's a Huffle. Yeah, he is a puff. I mean,
Tyler pulls out his laptop. He starts doing the fanfic right away. He's like, "Oh, I've got an idea."
Guys, I gotta go.
Harry Potter and the murder of the Waddle Dees or something.
Oh God.
This is what I was able to find from Kirby's Wikipedia page about this is his personality, his bio. Largely innocent and cheerful with a positive attitude, willing to fight, but quick to forgive. He's always down for a little scrap, but he's never going to be upset about it.
Yeah.
He loves nothing more than eating and sleeping.
I was spot on.
Yep.
Yes.
Dude, and this was interesting. It is not known if he enjoys the taste of food. He will eat and it's important, you know?
Well, he's like the personification of hunger and like sloth. Like maybe he just does it out of like compulsion.
He's got a problem.
He's the id made form.
His favorite food is tomatoes. He does like tomatoes.
Especially the Maxim
Well, all right.
tomato.
How do you say that you don't know if he likes the taste of food, and then in the very next breath you say his favorite food is tomatoes?
Maybe it's because it heals him. The tomatoes have an effect on him that, like,
Yeah.
I mean, that
Maxim
could be it. But
tomatoes,
he has never shown preference for taste. He will eat rotten food. People in the show, the famous show, will.
Right back at you.
Yeah, that's a good show. Good theme song. I like that theme song.
Yeah.
But he doesn't speak often, other than saying hi. Very rarely will they give him text bubbles,
Puyo. He also does that.
which is nonsense, right? Nonsense language.
Yeah. I mean, it's not real. No.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
However, he does love to sing. He will sing into a microphone. I don't know if it's out of joy or wanting to damage things. I don't know.
See, when I was a kid, I got him confused a lot with Jigglypuff because Jigglypuff sings, right?
Well, they're both little pink circles.
Yeah.
And Jigglypuff does sing. And most of Jigglypuff's moves in Smash Brothers are based on Kirby.
She's kind of a clone. A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Not much, but
When I had my Game Boy Advance, I remember getting them crossed a lot. Like, is that a fucking Jigglypuff game? I didn't realize Jigglypuff was so popular.
Jigglypuff's not, but Smash made her.
Jigglypuff, I think, just got big from the show.
From the show and also being involved in Smash, people kind of developed like a grassroots kind of like I don't personally know anyone whose favorite Pokemon is Jigglypuff. It's but that's like
It's like Taylor Swift is your favorite artist. It's like,
there's some people like that.
yeah.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
But no one's like, we're going to go see Jigglypuff and we're going to spend $10,000 on tickets from Ticketmaster to go see, which I actually would if Jigglypuff came to town. I might.
If there were a real Jigglypuff,
Everyone
I
just-
think I'm down.
Everyone just sleeping.
That would be terrifying. a real Jigglypuff on a stage?
I don't know.
At the Pfizer.
Was there Jigglypuff and Detective Pikachu? I need to look this up.
Yep, there
real
was in the karaoke bar in the bar.
Also in the Pokedex, how tall is Jigglypuff? You're going to need to be in
like
the pit.
3 feet tall, maybe.
Do you want to know about the height of Kirby?
Yeah, because they're essentially clones.
Officially, Kirby is 8 inches tall.
What the fuck?
Just a little fella.
He's just a tiny little guy.
Smash Brothers does they depict him about 3 feet tall in Smash Bros. I think it's the same way that they take Ridley and shrink him down, but no, Kirby is only 8 inches tall, soft and flexible body.
Yeah. Rubbery, one might say. Gooey, like a Stretch Armstrong.
Do you imagine it probably feels kind of like a dolphin or a whale on the outside?
You know, I think a little slimy, maybe.
I wouldn't imagine like furry.
He's shiny.
Fluffy.
No.
This kind of sounds like that episode of Always Sunny where Mac and I can't remember his name, are making the dating profile for Charlie.
Mac and Dennis?
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't
How did
remember
you forget
Dennis's name.
Dennis's name?
That's fine. Brain fart.
Because he's not a Hufflepuff. That's why you don't remember it.
Oh,
You are a Hufflepuff, aren't you?
no, I'm a Gryffindor.
No, anyone who talks about Harry Potter this often is a Hufflepuff.
No, hell no.
That's base.
Gryffindors are smarter than that. And Ravenclaws, they're smarter than that too.
Ravenclaws don't give a shit. They're
It's
their
fine.
own.
I'm technically Slytherin, so
I'm not surprised.
yeah, no one is.
Yeah, that's-
whenever I say it, it's
I go to Beauxbatons because I have style.
sure.
Or maybe that's a female-only school. That's a very J.K. Rowling thing to write. Only women.
Only girls. Bradina is our newest student.
Kirby.
Say hi, Bradina.
Kirby can flatten or expand like a balloon. Weight is unknown. Probably pretty variable.
Probably pretty light.
No skeletal structure or teeth.
Yep.
These are just fun things I found on the Wikipedia. I put American Kirby often as angry. I think it's because of his healthcare system here. Age is unknown, but in Japan is introduced as wakamono, which means a young person. So
Okay.
the brain of a child, anyways.
He's baby-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a nice boy.
Gender unknown. According to the 20th anniversary Kirby of the Star Dreamland Encyclopedia, almost always referred to as male in everything. Sakurai in one weird like Smash Brothers tease says they're announcing a female character, and he made a joke like, who knows, it could have been Kirby, like making it like ambiguous, like maybe Kirby's female, but 95% of the time Kirby is referred to as male.
Yeah.
So if we say he from now on, that's because that's how every game I've played refers to him. And as far as romantic interests go,
This is what I wanted to know.
yeah, he's interested in Hermione Granger. Wait, no, that was the Tyler outline I'm working on. Romantic interests, may be interested in females. He is kissed by Ribbon in Kirby 64, and he falls down the stairs. He's so smitten. So, yeah.
That's good to know. I'm glad I know that.
This is good stuff.
So I don't have a chance.
Kirby has starred in over 35 video games and anime series, multiple manga and comics. He is named allegedly after Nintendo's legal counsel, Jack Kirby, who defended Nintendo against a copyright lawsuit from Universal Studios because they said Donkey Kong was a ripoff of King Kong.
I mean, yeah, it was, but it's also like, who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
It's like parody.
Clearly, the Kong took a lady up on top of a building, and you have to climb the building to go get the lady back. Like,
They were just angry that it was making more money than any King Kong movie ever did.
Donkey Kong was a big deal.
Donkey Kong was huge.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about how genius it is. I got that Atari collection, and everyone was talking about Donkey Kong. Like, gotta get that Donkey Kong money.
How's that Atari collection?
It's wonderful.
I've heard nothing but glowing reviews.
I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. It's in I mean, I always have a huge game of the year list, but it's in the top 10 at this point.
Which ones are included in the Atari?
like all of it?
Damn.
I've been playing anything worth playing.
Pong is good. There were a few that intrigued me, but playability, I like combat. I always did, though, because I own an Atari. Mm-hmm. I always played that one a lot. Yar's Revenge, that's still pretty fun.
It's a big one.
Yeah. Asteroids.
Oh, is that the game Tom was talking about?
Yar's Revenge?
No, the Atari collection.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
that
you were
was
going
the
to say Asteroids. Yeah, Tom did play it when he was growing up.
No, yeah, that is the one he was talking about.
Our next beer is called Tinsel Trousers. It's a festive spiced golden ale from Eureka Heights Brewing. Tinsel Trousers is an ode to our favorite holiday-ish cookie. This golden ale is brewed with Golden Promise malt, Madagascar vanilla, cinnamon, and lactose, guaranteed to get you caroling.
Lactose and a golden ale?
And cinnamon?
Yo.
That is a delicious little Christmas cookie beer.
That is so good.
Holy shit. Yeah.
That is the star of the show as far as I'm concerned.
the superstar.
We're just going to put this next to the microphone and walk away for a while.
Like if that were, I like that as much as I like that birthday cake one that we had. That one was fantastic.
And this, I like that the Tinsel Trousers is a pair of jean shorts.
It is Texas.
Everything is bigger down there, even their love of jean shorts. Dream shorts sounds like something Kirby would wear.
You can't wear shorts.
Yeah, actually, that and a Kirby
He's
outfit.
literally just a head.
He's got feet, or at least shoes.
I don't think they're shoes.
Does Kirby have toes?
It's like with Sora. I hope not.
Well, Sora is getting regular sized feet for Kingdom Hearts 4. So,
Oh, cool. Yeah, what an upgrade.
10 things you didn't know about Sora's feet in the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Number 1, they're pretty stinky.
Number 2, still sexy despite looking different.
Number 3, it's the number 1 search on WikiFeet.
By me.
By me, personally. Check out my browser history.
I'm going to jail.
How old is he again?
Yeah, Kirby has unique abilities. His main one is inhaling.
Yes. It's also good at spitting.
Powerful lungs that suck, and you can spit out air.
We don't know if
and hurt
there
enemies.
we don't know if there are lungs in there. Let's be clear.
We don't know what's inside of it.
Like a black hole.
I'd like to slow down the animations on Smash Brothers when you suck in an enemy, because then he like poops them out. Where does he poop them out from? Because it comes out of the back.
I think it's like teleportation.
You think it just disappear out?
Yeah, they kind of like teleport out because it's all star related.
He can eat a lot.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, and he can blow up to the size of like this monstrous balloon. And he carries King Dedede's castle at the end of the Dreamland games.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
cool.
it's pretty big.
Yeah.
I don't know what the upper ends of the limits are for Kirby. I know that he is a being of infinite power. It says in one of his descriptions.
He is.
Which that's,
Oddly terrifying.
especially for something that's like happy dumb,
And
Yeah.
8 inches tall.
8 inches tall.
Well, there's the appeal. I mean, that's awesome.
Little Kirby, just a little guy, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's all, everything takes place in like an alien world. So it could be miniaturized.
What do you think it's like inside of Kirby?
Probably dark.
Just a big void?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Not moist?
I'm thinking that I think it's a literal black hole. You break down on a quantum level, you stretch to a point that reality can't contain you anymore, and you go somewhere.
And then you eventually end up behind a bookshelf, screaming at yourself.
Is this
Yeah.
a Interstellar reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Black holes.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
Fuck you, Chris Nolan.
Yeah. Christopher Nolan, just like if James Cameron was a better filmmaker.
The meaning of the universe is love. Okay, cool. So you didn't have an actual idea for this sci-fi movie?
Didn't he like try to recreate an actual like atomic bomb explosion for his new movie because it would have
He
been
says-
cheaper? And it's like,
I thi-
don't.
Well, no,
He says it's practical, but I don't think it's an actual atomic bomb.
it might be in a way like he can do a perfect recreation of what it would look like without doing
Yeah, like just the, big
the harmful
explosion.
radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Side note, have you guys seen the Barbie trailer?
Yeah, that was cool.
It's just like the Kubrick lover inside of me was like, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good reference. Like,
Yeah.
they really nailed what Space Odyssey was about. It was weird. It doesn't really show much about the movie, but I thought it was a very good trailer in that it doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah, I was really surprised that the trailer was like well done. I imagined some like shitty like come on Barbie, let's go party trailer.
I mean, they shouldn't play Barbie girl in the movie, and if they do, save it for the credits.
will.
That's what I was expecting though. So when you get like this weird teaser that doesn't show a lot of the movie and is actually done pretty tastefully, I was like, yo, that's impressive.
We don't know anything about the movie yet, though, either.
But a good trailer.
It's a good trailer, but
I bet you they got Taylor Swift to sing a version of it.
it's fuck you.
It's actually my prediction.
It's too obvious.
Yeah, that's really good.
It looks like a musical. Simu Liu is in there. Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah.
And he's dancing, and one of like they only had a few shots of the other people, like Ryan Gosling, but I don't know if it's also like the trailer is just like the history of what Barbie is a little bit, like the first woman doll
and like
and the little girl smashing.
those old dolls.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We'll wait and see, but Kirby can also copy abilities. After inhaling,
Sometime.
he can either spit or swallow after he sucks you in.
That's what she said.
If he swallows, he gets part of your essence and turns into you. But he can spit you out if he doesn't like the way you taste.
That would make blowjobs very scary.
Oh, I wasn't trying to make a sexual reference.
I would never sexualize such an innocent creature, and that says a lot about your character.
Wow, he's 8 inches tall and a kid.
Tyler, that's
not looking good for me.
Merry Christmas indeed.
He's not going to hold up.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
You're almost 30.
I gotta get all the stupid shit out
It's
of
a
my
little
system
past
before
it's
I
a little
turn 30.
past your age range.
I'm not an adult yet. I'm not wise beyond my years. I'm not 30 yet.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Once you're 30. Early games, Kirby would not change his appearance when inhaling and copying enemies. You just get that little like beam, like little like card at the bottom that says what your ability is. But
Well, an adventure, yeah.
one of the greatest aspects that I love about Kirby is the little hats he gets, the little designs. And I think that's probably got to just be one of the most intimidating aspects of Smash Brothers is Kirby needs to have 75 changes and abilities. I think it's great.
It's cool. It's definitely a nice flair. I love the copy mechanic, that idea. I wonder where that stemmed from because the first game didn't have anything like that, which is kind of awesome. But I mean, I don't know. Have you played Dreamland, right?
In getting prepared for this, I beat Dreamland Adventure, Dreamland 2. I played Dreamland 3, Kirby 64, almost beaten Forgotten Land. I dicked around on a few of the like the party side games, which there are a fuck ton.
Oh, I know.
Kirby is either a platformer or a non-traditional weird main series entry. Think yarn, rolling, drawing lines.
Rainbow Curse.
Yep. Or party games.
Yeah. I mean, I think they wanted him at they really want Kirby to be a thing, and Kirby is a thing, but not on the level of like a Mario or like a Mickey Mouse, but he's so recognizable that he can just slot into any weird idea that they have going.
Yeah.
Like I played Epic Yarn when it first came out.
It looks great. I've
It's
never
fun.
played it, but it looks really cool.
It's if you were complaining about how easy this one was, oh God.
I feel like he's the most successful like B tier character. Like if Mario and Mickey and all those guys are like A tier, I would
Kirby
say
is huge in Japan, especially in America. He never really got the foothold he needed, but you know, when parents buy kids like a Nintendo console, they don't want to get them like, I mean, there isn't really a Call of Duty on the Switch, but
There
you
will
know,
be.
There will be.
I think
but-
they've recently announced that it's going to come to the Switch now.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what's an obvious one that you can, like, they go to the store, grandma goes to the store, they have a Nintendo Switch. What should I get them? And then the person behind the counter, or they used to, they'd be like, oh, Kirby's good. Like,
If anyone asked me, like, what should I get for my kid who wants to, like, who's just starting video games, like, get him Kirby.
Kirby, yeah.
Yep. It'll make him love video games.
Yeah. It's fun. It's interesting. Those side scrollers are still pretty dope.
But Metroid Dread's better, but you should get him Kirby.
I actually think this might be better than Dread.
I like it more than Dread.
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite. I think Breath of the Wild's still my favorite Switch game, but
Ooh, now that's a dilemma.
that's a can of worms there.
Yeah, it is. I might go Pikmin 3, but it's just me.
There are helpers that Kirby can have in some games.
Gooey's my favorite.
This is where Kirby Superstar introduced this, where you spit an ability out and you create a helper with that ability. It's a fine concept. It's odd to me a little bit, but it's good. I guess it encourages you to like swap out abilities more often, so you can get new abilities and drop the other one.
Yeah.
They lean into this with some other games later, where you have like partners and multiplayer and stuff.
Yeah.
Kirby can fly. Kirby is so lightweight, he can suck in enough air and flap his little nubs and get some air. And that's a lot of what Kirby's about.
Tyler, put your dick away.
So you think he's a Hufflepuff, right?
You're scraping Brad's table.
We're going to keep this part light because it's fucking dumb. Notable lore for Kirby.
I don't know. I watched a few videos. There's a lot more going on than I thought.
Go for it, Dylan.
So the first, what is it? The first 3 games are part of the Dark Matter trilogy. So that's Dreamland Adventures and
Dreamland 2.
Dreamland 2.
He did his research.
And that was it's a story about how Kirby. Well, the first game is really just beating DDD, which doesn't make sense of it being a part of a trilogy. But
The first one's the only one where DDD is like the main antagonist.
yeah, in the second one, Marx isn't in that one, is he?
Marx doesn't show up till later.
Right, and he's supposed to make a wish.
Based on Karl, based on Karl Marx, famously.
That's in Superstar. But no, Kirby faces like an endless void called Dark Matter at the end of these games.
It's very RPG, where Kirby is just like, oh, this is a light, stupid game. And then all of a sudden it's like, you're fighting the concept of sadness.
Yeah, because Kirby represents joy. And it's literally just like good versus evil. People will imprint on that. And if you're an adult, you want a little more substance.
I think Kirby probably would have a crush on Ribbon because they really bonded.
No, he wants to date that artist girl what's her name?
Ribbon. No, Adeline.
Adeline, thank you.
Would you rather be in Kirby's mouth or Hermione's purse? Tyler.
Is this the dating game?
Bachelor number 1.
Great question.
Bachelor number 1, huh?
I'd rather... I am not interested in this date. Can I leave the show? I'm over it.
What is a Hermione?
But it mostly just devolves into you facing like planet destroyers.
Essentially.
It's a Marvel movie.
Grand, unknowable concepts, big old gods. It's very much
Giant
a dark...
clockwork
It's kind of like a
beasts.
Dark Souls type thing.
Yeah.
Very much. But...
And the gameplay always changes in those final boss battles. It's never quite the same. There's never a straightforward one for the most part.
Yeah. Well, after the first adventure, actually, I don't know if I did 100% it. Because once you get 100%, you get to like the other version or like
I've
the
never done
real
that in my
big
life.
bad boss or something.
I've never ever done that.
I have zero interest in 100% completing Kirby games.
No.
Nope. I will get through you and then say, okay.
Well, in Forgotten Lands, you've gone back to get all the cool upgrades.
I only missed one. And I went back because I was like, well, I got all the other ones. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go back and find the Waddle Dees that I'm missing, though.
No, that's not worth it.
They can stay caged up. They all look very similar. There is one Waddle Dee that gets a personality, a big one, and that's
The Bandana Curb.
Bandana
Waddle Dee. Yeah.
which is his name or their name, Bandana Waddle Dee, because a Waddle Dee with a bandana that did 1 or 2 cool things. They're like, it's our main character now. Mm-hmm. So should we give him a name? No, we don't have time.
Just call him Bandana.
It's Bandana Waddle Dee.
Yeah.
Hat Glasses. That's your new name.
Hat glasses.
Hat glasses.
But what about hat glasses over here to my right?
I should have added beard.
I'm tattoo beard.
Tattoo beard. There you go. Yeah.
I'm Oh, I'm
Homeless, not homeless.
Homeless,
almost
not
not
homeless.
homeless. Perfect.
Yep.
That works.
Kirby inhales you, and he has the ability to kind of have a house, but look like he doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
People give you change on the street, but you just go home with it.
Yeah, and then I put it in my little jar I have in my kitchen.
Yeah. Save up money for more Switch games.
Exactly.
Kirby is not the only member of his species. People will incorrectly call him other Kirbys, like, oh, that's a yellow Kirby. Kirby's his name. I think it's a Yoda situation where we just don't know the real name of the species.
I mean, that's, yeah.
It's not Baby Yoda. We just don't know the name yet. He lives in his dome-shaped home in Dreamland, a country on his home planet of Planet Popstar.
Which is just a big star that when you zoom out just looks like a star. But when you zoom in.
It's called Popstar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyler's loving this.
This is so fascinating.
King DDD is incorrectly considered the main antagonist. Penguin-like creature dressed in royal finery, self-proclaimed king of Dreamland. And some people say, why can he inhale and float around like Kirby? Well, the Wikipedia said he underwent a series of rigorous training programs to learn how to inhale and fly like Kirby, despite being a penguin.
That's cool.
That's incredible.
He earned it.
He put in the work, you know.
Yeah.
And
Gains.
he's good
Gains
with,
for days.
He's got a really fast draw, too, that quick draw.
Oh, yeah.
He's the fastest.
I thought Meta Knight was.
No. Meta Knight's not in quick draw. DDD's the last one.
Really?
Yeah.
In the remake, you face.
Maybe you're thinking, in the original Meta Knight's not. I didn't play the remake.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, it's the one for the 3DS. Or, no, the one for the DS.
Meta Knight, I think, is just a really cool design.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
And I think that's kind of why he became real popularized.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's a Boba Fett scenario, but
Smash Brothers Brawl helped.
yep.
His first appearance in that.
Yeah.
His stage is cool, the Halberd.
Well, it's his ship. He's the captain. Meta Knight's a captain. So,
Like, nobody's really an antagonist in these games.
except grand, weird concepts
Yeah.
of evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even then, Kirby just shows up and goes, hi. And he smiles at you with those dead eyes.
I think they're quite expressive.
Sometimes he like furrows his eyebrow.
Sometimes.
Only in America.
Yeah.
Only on the cover.
Meta Knight might be the same race as Kirby. When his mask breaks, which happens rarely, he's like a black Kirby with yellow eyes. And I saw that he respects a code of chivalry.
Yes.
He will always offer you a sword before you fight him. And he loathes laziness enough to where he started a war to get people to do stuff.
Yeah. Revenge of Meta Knight.
Sure. I don't know.
Kirby Superstar.
I did a lot of light reading on this. I didn't want to go too hard into Kirby. my efforts on my outlines. You'll see how much I don't care about Mega Man Z and X next year.
Oh, God. I can't even pretend
We should
to know.
we should make it a drinking game or something.
We actually should. How long can we like talk about this before like we start like breaking out the revolver and doing Russian roulette?
We're going to. We will. Meta Knight possibly doesn't like his cute appearance. That's why he wears a mask to hide how cute he is. He doesn't want people to to think he's just a cutie patootie.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. He's an edgelord.
And there's other characters I don't care about. Antagonists.
What?
These are the main antagonists of the series. You have DDD, Nightmare, Dark Matter, Zero, Zero Squared, Dark Mind, Dark Nebula, Magalore, Queen Sectonia, Stardream, Void Turnima, and Fecto Elphalus.
Yeah.
Which sounds like something you get on your scrotum.
Yeah. I mean, it's not wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, but yeah, you got Fecto Elphalus.
Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, the wife's
It's
gonna be
treatable. It's very livable with living with Elphalus.
Well, when I got the clap, I thought it was something worse.
Turns out it's something warts.
I was just like, oh, no, you don't get warts.
No.
No, it just really hurts to piss.
If Kirby inhaled Sam Porter Bridges, what would he gain for an ability?
I would probably say He could probably turn into a member of Low Roar.
He'd get a motorcycle.
He'd get a motorcycle, yeah. I mean, he can turn into a wheel. He's already kind of a motorcycle.
Yeah. I like in Forgotten Land his, what'd you call them? Inhale abilities or whatever it is. The ones where he like turns into the weird objects.
Oh, it's called the mouthful mode.
The mouthful mode, the half transformations where he doesn't turn into something. He just mostly has a car inside of his mouth.
Yeah.
It's really weird looking.
It's cool. He's like a condom on the top of the car. Have you ever seen this? Not even from like promotional material?
I might have. It's not ringing a bell though.
Those mouthful modes are all fun.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think Nintendo has been great and really playful with this generation is between Mario. I mean, the reason you also want to compare it to Mario Odyssey is Mario, you take Cappy and you turn into a sewer grate or you turn into a tree. And it's just taking inanimate objects and making them into like gameplay.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is fun.
It's worthwhile. It's fun for everyone. It's discovery. I mean, I think we all value the idea that you can go out and find something new in a video game, like not having the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love the Kirby games too. It's like some of the guys give you powers, some of the guys don't. Figure it out.
Forgotten Land, every level is like a perfect little like thesis statement a little bit too.
Yeah.
That kind of, if you run into an ability, you're like, I probably should grab this because if you don't grab that, you're going to need a spot to use the hammer just down there. So you go back and grab the hammer.
Hammer's one of my favorites.
Some of the level design, it's not that it's like difficult, but it's just pretty and fun. There's like when you're in the mall level and you're in like kind of an underground laser tag looking spot.
Yeah.
And it's ghosts. It's like, oh God, fucking love it.
With the light bulb.
Yeah. Oh, the light bulb is so great.
The light bulb is a fun, like, I don't even, this actually speaks to the game quite a bit. I only remember it if I'm talking about it because I blew through that game so quickly. I got all the upgrades and I just did it. And I was like, okay, that was awesome. And then I stopped and forgot about half of it. Now that we're talking about it though, it's all coming back to me. I love the rolly pin, like the tube.
Yeah.
That's a good mouthful one.
One of my favorites is when you inhale like a big circle, like a different, it could be like the outline of a clock. It's different throughout different levels, but he can just blow, like he pulls back his head, goes boom, 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 and you like pilot boats with it.
The vending machine is cool because you have ammo and it's all soda cans and you're firing it at people.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
And then there's just weird ones like, all right, I'm a cabinet, tip over. That's all you can do is tip over.
I like the fan boat. That one's cool.
Yep.
What are the other ones?
The roller coaster sucks. That's the least cool one. The one where you inhale an arch from a door and then you turn into a flying machine.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Although it was annoying to me that wasn't inverted by default. It should be inverted in my opinion.
No.
To me, I just want it to be inverted. It's flying.
Up is up, down is down. That's Kirby.
Yeah, it's Kirby. Can't think too hard.
Well, and they also, children, do you think they don't play inverted? They don't do that in like shooters anymore. Yeah. They don't do it in anything. I don't know anyone. You wanted to pretend like you were flying a real plane, Brad?
Shut up. Our next beer is from St. Arnold. It's Ye Old Christmas Ale. It's a rich and cheerful ale from Texas's oldest craft brewery. And this is another one that doesn't say what kind of beer it is. Okay.
Where'd you find it on the other one, Tyler?
It was on the side. It was right there.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting, again, amberish, red ale. Not a lot of, there's no extra, like, sweetness to it. It's fine. I mean, it's not as good as the prior one.
Yeah, it's still solid, though. I like it.
It's good. So far, though, that tinsel trousers, man.
Knocking it out of the park.
It's extremely similar to it, but...
It's a real classic beer.
I bet it is a red ale.
Yeah, it tastes like it.
Yeah.
So Dylan was a little child, and then he was given a Game Boy with Kirby.
Did I just arrive one day from nowhere?
And you're like, you just popped out of the womb and you said, I prefer indie games.
Yeah. Like, It's like, where's the content?
I read the comic book first.
I read the comic book first, and now I have opinions on this. Yeah. I got it Christmas 93 or 94. I can't remember. My concept of video games was always like, oh, you play that at other people's houses. You don't have one here.
Yeah.
I was raised well, but poor for a while, especially when my mom was just trying to get out on her own and do that. I could not conceptualize video games. You get it when you're 3 or 4. I feel like kids are born with the knowledge of video games, like it's a genetic memory. But I had such trouble playing video games when I first started because I didn't have access to a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I went hard on Kirby, and that's basically what taught me video games.
I mean, Kirby's Dream Land, fantastic game.
It's good, but it's sinisterly easy.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's keep your kid busy on the Game Boy.
Yeah, and I played it over and over and over. I think I probably beat it 40 times in my life.
Also, you can't copy abilities, which going back makes it tough.
Yeah, there's an elegance to the Game Boy, though. Even in the second game, you're not really copying abilities. Dreamland 2, you get your pals to ride on, Key, Kine, and Koo. One's a fish, one's an owl, and one's a hamster. Rick, Kine, and Koo.
I like the fish, I think, most.
The fish is all right.
I liked being a fish on dry land. It was funny to me.
Rick was always my favorite. He's just this hamster you ride on. He's super cute.
And his name's Rick. What are the other two?
Kine and Koo.
Kine and Koo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Koo's the fish. Kine is the owl.
Yeah. I played through that, and it was fine.
It's better than the first one.
The early Kirby games are too slow for me.
They are.
As soon as I got to the Game Boy Advance, like the Amazing Mirror and the DS ones that I played around with for a while, they're fast and they're beautifully designed.
Well, I mean, slow. Look at 64. That is a slow game.
That is the first Nintendo 64 game I think I like.
Are you kidding?
I never played a 64 back in the day, so there's no nostalgia glasses for me, and I can't go back and play a lot of those games. I guess I liked Rush 2.
What about
playing that at friends' houses?
Mario 64?
Never beat it. I have it on that Mario 3D All-Stars collection, but
it's good, but it's also
I don't know. I think it was nostalgia glasses maybe because back at the time it was the most revolutionary badass thing ever, and when I go back to play it, I'm like, I'd rather just go play Sunshine or Galaxy.
I love Sunshine.
Sunshine's underrated.
Deeply.
Yeah.
Bad camera.
Also, speaking of Flood, Kirby, when he gets super fat and full of water, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fun little puzzle solving is great in Forgotten Land, too.
Yeah, environmental puzzles, they make sense automatically.
Kirby's always had a sense of inventiveness, those games, too.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it was partially because, Sakurai or the other people are feeling pigeonholed, like, make another one. So,
yeah.
All right, this one, we're going to draw lines, and it's all about rolling, and you create lines that Kirby rolls on.
You ever played one of those?
No, it looks cool.
They're fun.
Sounds like Line Rider.
It is.
Okay.
Except probably more colorful and inventive.
Yeah, Line
And
Rider
made
was
before.
lacking in the graphic department.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, I my first experience was Kirby's Adventure for the Nintendo. I like that they put mini games in these things, like the little quick draw or the claw game. All of those are fun little distractions, which is great because I don't think the core games necessarily hold enough to keep my attention span.
Adventure is very good.
Great soundtrack.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of one of those perfect NES games. I have trouble going back to NES because I don't think it's particularly any good. For the most part, you've got like good games, obviously, but it's an NES.
Yeah.
There's a shitload of Kirby games.
Yes, there is. We should definitely not talk about all of them because at a certain point in the 2000s, they were releasing just hand over fist.
Up
Kirby
next, we
games.
have Kirby's Dream Course. It's about golf.
It's not really golf.
It's a golf adjacent.
Yeah, I mean, ball going hole.
It's a course, like a golf course, but it's for dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
Have you ever played it?
I don't know. Kirby is just like a vessel. Like he will carry all of Nintendo's mini games. Like, all right, if you need anything, all right, I'll make a pinball game. There's one.
I get the feeling that Miyamoto at a certain point, like their side development teams would come to him and be like, "We've got this really like good game," and Miyamoto would be like, "Yeah, make that Kirby though."
Wait a second, it's got a ball.
Like this is a cool
Kirby's
idea.
a ball.
Kirby is a ball.
What didn't you say he started out as like a sprite stand-in?
He was just a temp drawing.
Yeah.
And was just too lovable. He has flattened out and lost a little weight over the years. Originally, he was very much a circle,
He was super chubby.
but now he's more oblong.
Yeah.
Good for him.
In Star Allies, I saw that you could get like original drawing Kirby.
Yeah, and I mean, original Kirby was, monochromatic on the Game Boy, so people
gray.
people thought he was white or gray.
No, the cover has him as gray.
Yep, but he
So
was
when-
always intended to be pink.
So when he debuted as Pink, did people freak out?
I don't
They're
think
just
people
like
used
they're
to freak
ruining
out
our
about
country, making our Kirby's pink. Like, what are our kids gonna think?
They're gonna start wearing dresses now.
I'm gonna cry and vote that we have to make Kirby illegal.
Yeah.
We're the InfoWars of video game podcasting.
Kirby is a pink puffball. Do we want that in our kids' hands?
Is it safe?
Imagine a big 8-inch thing that'll suck anything.
It's not right. It's not right. I tell you.
It's not right. It's not right.
Where's my 45?
I actually,
Kirby walked in here right now, I'd shoot him.
you'd miss him. He's too small.
Go back to your own country, Kirby.
Get out of here.
What if Kirby inhaled a redneck?
Racism.
His
Racism.
power is
He doesn't even suck anything. He just dribbles chew.
he had a little spittoon attack.
Is that grizzly
It's not bad.
wintergreen?
He somehow gets teeth, but they're all crooked and mangled.
He's just carrying around Pelosi's laptop.
yeah.
You just like shoot crack rocks at you.
Oh, Kirby. Yeah. Some pretty big innovations, though, in some games, like Kirby's Tilt and Tumble, the very first Game Boy Color game to use motion control.
My mommy wouldn't buy it for me.
It was a more expensive cartridge? Is that why?
Yeah, it actually was because of the gyroscope that they had in it.
You actually would turn your Game Boy to control it?
That's wild.
I love those weird functionality things.
Cool. It was so cool that I was just like, Mom, I have to have it. Anything with a gimmick, I was all about as a kid.
Speaking of that gimmick, in Breath of the Wild, when you're like looking through your telescope and you can like move the switch in a full 3D or like three-dimensional aspect to like look around, I must have missed that tutorial point. So I'm trying to like look off in the distance and put my marker on a shrine, and it just keeps like ever so slightly shifting, and I'm missing, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Did
You would hate
It took me like
first-person shooters in there because they actually do it where you can like do it
that.
like this with it a little bit, so you can do more precision.
oh my god, no, that would break
Don't
my
ever
brain.
play Splatoon.
It took me like
no? Well, you can change the controls. You can change the controls to not be like that with Splatoon.
You can, but it actually helps.
Like the first 5 times I used the scope, I then realized that I was moving it with my shaky hand and was like, God damn it.
I played Breath of the
Withdrawing
Wild alarmingly long before realizing about shield surfing.
Oh god.
What?
Yeah.
You can surf on your shield down every mountain. So, just figure it out. It's cool.
It's fun.
Well, I also
There are
got really
challenges with it.
annoyed.
You should watch a speed run of Breath. No, you don't want to see the end of the game, but you can get to the end of the game in 1 hour with some crazy shit because that game is all about creation and inventiveness.
It's physics, yeah.
I'm starting to
It's
realize
physics.
more about what it is. I saw somebody who was like deep in the game do some crazy shit with the water and like the bow and slowed time down. It was crazy. I was like, this game actually has like a shit ton of potential. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't wait for the sequel.
When I saw the sheer
Maybe they'll
amount-
have an actual dungeon. Maybe they'll actually, I don't know, pay more respect to the people who like the old style better.
Why would they do that when they made one of the most profitable games in all of Zelda? Why would you go back?
I mean, those divine beasts, they can just go to hell.
I liked them. I just wish there was also dungeons.
I wish there were dungeons.
I love the divine beasts as a concept. I just wish there were also regular dungeons.
They're kind of dungeons, but they're almost like obtuse puzzle boxes that don't really function the way they should.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 best game ever. But I like it.
I'm enjoying it.
I've always said I like the game. I just don't think it's as good as people say it is.
Kirby Air Ride for the GameCube was the first LAN capable GameCube game, first LAN network game.
Oh.
You can connect 4 GameCubes. No one did this because, for one, it was very difficult to get your network adapters.
Not many people own
And
GameCubes.
not many people had. I didn't have 4 friends that had a GameCube.
Oh, and I had enough friends with GameCubes, but no one had the network adapter required. And then also, why would you do it with Kirby Air Ride? That game did not sell well. It was a cool concept.
It was good.
Kirby Air Ride, all of the controls are the
Never had
A
it.
button and the analog stick. You don't even hit accelerate. You just go by default. And A is how you do all of your braking and like charging, like your
It's
speed
fun.
boost. And then otherwise, it's very simple, which I remember reading reviews thinking, I'd rather play Mario Kart. I want something that's got some more
Give me some
to
double
it.
dash.
I want some meat.
You know.
But yeah, that was the first LAN capable GameCube game. And then Kirby they made a fucking bunch of games.
They made a ton of games. There are some notable ones. Kirby Planet Robobot is still the best Kirby game. Hands down.
What makes it so great?
It's the abilities that you have within the game, the way that they use 3D within it. Kirby gets in a mech, and I know I'm so partial to mechs. Like, each power kind of combines with the mech to do a certain thing. You feel destructive. You feel like the levels are so expertly designed. The villain is cool, I guess, though I don't really care about that much in a Kirby game. The last boss is cool. You get to like be the halberd, like you're piloting it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
It just functions very well. Kirby can get very stale. That is the biggest problem. Because
As someone
it is
who beat
essentially the same thing.
As someone who beat 3 Kirby games in a row,
Yeah.
I'm always fucking dying.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm like, I'm almost done with Dreamland 2, and like, I'm just gonna finish it. I have 2 more worlds, but it just felt like the worst hour of my life.
Yeah.
But they're good. Like they're fine for what they are.
Yeah,
At least
well, they were
Forgotten Land has just banging music and fun level design.
Yeah.
And they get in and out so fast that they don't get stale. They
Well,
know
yeah.
when they've got the idea through and they move to the next one.
Ditching the side scrolling was the best move they could have possibly made.
Yeah.
I think with the Star Allies wasn't a failure by any means.
The Switch game.
The Switch game. It
Yes.
was the first Switch Kirby game. It wasn't a failure, but it definitely. I didn't even buy it, and I'm kind of a demographic for that.
Yeah.
I just heard it was short. I heard that you can get through it really quick, and I said, I don't know, man. I could just play anything else.
Yeah.
Because I know what this is going to be, and I was right. You know, I mean, I might still pick it up, but I'm not going to pay $60 for Star Allies.
I never want to play another 2D Kirby game.
Yeah,
I don't need to. I mean,
yeah.
if I'm in a car ride and all I have is a 3DS Kirby game or a Game Boy Advance one, yeah, I'll fucking play it. I'm sure they're great. They're
Epic
fun.
Yarn is always good.
I would like to play Epic Yarn just because it's inventive and
It's not much of a Kirby game.
it's a breath of fresh
You
air.
can't inhale.
Nintendo smart. It's like, well, video game graphics become outdated and design quickly becomes the thing of the past. We're going to not just try and make things look as new and fresh as possible. We're going to do something different. All right, this is Yarn. This is Wind Waker. This is cell shaded. And I think that's great. I mean, Epic Yarn, imagine if they took that design and they made it extremely difficult.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
I mean, they
And like Paper Mario. What they do with the newest Switch Paper Mario is great.
most of their ideas in the 2010s was, but what if they were like a fabric?
Get a little of this. They're string.
It's woolly. Now it's yarn. Okay. All right. Yeah.
What about if you fought a scissors?
Yeah. What if it were papercraft? Yeah.
You can't do that. You're a yarn.
Dude, I saw a vending machine. What about Kirby eating it?
It still boggles my mind how much Jamie Bone loved the new Paper Mario.
I thought it was fine.
It was okay. I just never even completed it. I was like, this bores the shit out of me.
I would play more Nintendo games if they weren't all $60.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm the chump who pays for them, so you can always borrow them from me.
Yeah. I usually do.
When Pikmin 4 comes out, you best believe we're doing an episode on Pikmin.
I almost bought Bayonetta the other day, but it was still super expensive.
Yes, it is. Yes,
I almost bought Bayonetta with my Switch, but I didn't. I've never played it. And I was like, do you start at 3? Do I have to go back?
No, you should.
No,
not
you start with the
at
new prequel Origins game, so you really know the history of Bayonetta. It's how she got her leather.
3. Buy Bayonetta 2 physical. You're essentially paying for Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta because there's a download code because they don't have a physical copy on the.
Sweet.
Yeah, just do that.
I'll do that.
Not used because that code's already been used.
Good to know.
So it's worth $60 because then you're getting 2 games out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, even I went to GameStop and even used, it's like $54 for a Switch game. It's like, what the fucking hell?
I know.
I might as well just buy the new one.
They've got some sort of sweetheart deal going on there. I don't know.
Well, you know what's nice about Switch games is used ones are going to play perfect because they're not scratch discs.
Yeah.
As long as the cartridge is in there, it should be fine. But Kirby has a new game coming out February 24th of next year. Return to Dreamland Deluxe, another remake. Because what are we going to put on the Switch? Just remake something from the past, slap a $60 sticker on that puppy.
It's going to be 60?
Print money.
Probably, I don't know. It's an enhanced remake of the 2011 Wii game Return to Dreamland.
It better be fucking like 30.
There's a million spin-offs. There's other media. Kirby did have an anime for 100 episodes called Kirby Right Back At Ya. Sakurai oversaw it, and he insisted Kirby does not talk. He did keep his eyes on Kirby and make sure that Kirby was not doing un-Kirby-like things like skateboarding. Or Kirby would skateboard. I don't know. What wouldn't Kirby do, Dylan?
I think Kirby can do anything. I think that's the whole point. I mean,
That's what makes him so scary because he's so fun-loving.
Besides being mean, he's not even like fun-loving. He just kind of does stuff. He figures out how to do things almost immediately. He doesn't even think about it.
Does he have the capability of being evil?
I think what would happen if Kirby swallowed evil? I think he would be fine. I don't think that there's enough.
Right.
I don't know. It's like you can't teach evil to like something that can't comprehend good and evil.
I think really Kirby's enemy is nature itself.
Whoa, dude.
If Kirby ate evil, maybe that's the first time where he's like, yo, that tastes bad. I don't like that.
And then he would just fart evil.
Yeah, and then he just moves on with his day.
There's only one game where he has dialogue, from what I understand.
Outside of hi, which he says hi in a lot. Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
We have our last beer here. This is a gingerbread man from Martin House Brewing. This is a gingerbread stout.
That's fun.
It's a very cool can.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here, Dylan?
We are looking at a young boy in pajamas
This is on the can, not in my room.
with a crossbow on his back, and it looks like he's captured this demon creature who wants to eat gingerbread men, so he has it on a fishing pole right in front of it, kind of like a horse with a carrot.
That is a ginger beer.
Oh,
It tastes like Tom.
it tastes like Tom. Oh,
Ginger. It's a little too much ginger for me. There's a gingerbread cookie though.
Oh, that is perfect for me.
That's what you want.
That's what I want.
Oh, yeah. Even that aftertaste.
That's a zip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love gingerbread though.
Oof. I'm just now like starting to get really into stouts. Like I've always kind of generally disliked them. But now my tastes are changing. And
you're 30?
I find myself almost 30.
It's because you've been working as a bartender long enough to start hating IPAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's,
You'll come back. You're going to want to break from IPAs for about a year before you start wanting them again.
well, I just had a IPA from Youngblood Brewing, and I don't know the name of it. It was just given to me as like a sample.
Yeah.
And a sample, it was a full pour, like a full 16-ounce beer. And it is, I shit you not, one of the best beers I've ever had. And I asked the bartender what the name of it was because it just had the Youngblood tap handle. And they're like, it's called like, it starts with an M. And then they walked away and I'm like, I need more fucking information. So then I've looked up every beer they've ever made.
They have some crazy names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a couple that start with an M and a lot of Office references, which I really enjoy. But yeah, no, I'm
I
just
love
now-
offices.
I love
Cubicles, man.
paperwork. I love But mostly I love comedies about a place I want to avoid all the time.
You talking about Hogwarts?
Yeah, I would actually avoid Hogwarts. It doesn't seem like a safe place.
There's
to
no
be.
one in charge there. They're sending the kids into the Forbidden Forest. They're kids.
I know.
There's Dementors in there, dude. Kirby also has 2 arcade games. Kirby of the Stars, Magical Tower of Meadowland is a 2007 arcade game. It is a coin pusher
Oh, great.
with unique components. And Kirby's Gourmet Race is coming soon.
Oh, fun.
Upcoming arcade game where you launch balls into Kirby's mouth. Essentially, it's like Hungry Hippos, except you have like a big, almost like dynamite starter.
Oh, I like that.
Yep, and Kirby's mouth is just open and you just launch balls in there.
You know what would be a good Kirby game? Something in the vein of like Overcooked. I'd play the shit out of that.
I mean, what do you want it to be?
I just want it to be Overcooked.
You just, essentially, what you're telling me is you just want to play Overcooked.
as Kirby. But
No, you don't even care. You want to play as the raccoon in the wheelchair or whatever.
Do they have a full body net to keep the hair out of the food?
No, they don't.
No,
He's wearing a chef's hat though.
I mean, if he's got it's like a badge.
If he can make a risotto, he can come in.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
If you can successfully make a risotto.
have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, not yet.
Raccoonie? Come on.
That movie sounds like an enigma because it's like it has everything in it
Everything, everywhere.
all at once.
And
Oh,
watch-
I did watch The Northman though.
What'd you think?
It was super solid.
Not your okay. That's not a glowing recommendation.
Super solid. Out of my 3 favorite Robert Egger films, it would be number 3.
Yeah, it's not better than the other ones.
It's not better than The Witch, and it is a far cry from The Lighthouse.
So I was on A24's site because they have the best merchandise. I looked up the Lighthouse, and they'll sell you a grooming kit. It's just oil and the Little Mermaid statue he jerks off with.
Yeah, I would buy that.
nice.
And it just hints at like this is just a jerk off kit.
Yeah, I love it.
I was like, dang, that's so cool.
I think I saw that on the Discord, and I was like, "What is even this?"
No, it's they have the best weird merch, like the gingerbread house, which is just the tree fort from Hereditary.
I have been meaning to go on and look since you keep telling me about all this awesome merch that I
Hot
didn't
dog
realize.
fingers from Everything Everywhere All at Once. You really should watch it.
I should watch it. But after watching The Northman, you know what I think would be a really good movie for Robert Eggers to make? A Julius Caesar film.
Sure. Whatever he wants to make, he
A
can
film
make.
about ego. It would be fantastic.
He already made that. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, man.
Oh, shit.
Holiday special is good. That's a good holiday special.
I'll have to watch that.
No, I think you would like the holiday special.
I mean, I'll have to. I wasn't being like facetious. I'll watch it.
Yeah, you can skip everything else in Phase 4 almost, but
Yeah.
I watched a recap on Phase 4, so I have everything spoiled for me, but I'm up to date now.
I will watch Black Panther. That's the only thing I haven't seen yet, but I just haven't wanted to go to a movie theater. It's just like a thing.
I'd rather be at home.
I'm going to a movie theater tonight.
What are you saying?
Avatar 2.
The Way of Water. Can
Yeah.
you spoil it for us what the Way of Water is?
Okay.
well-
they learn about society, they work together to fight an evil, and they win.
Yep, that's what it's going to be. Someone said it's like being waterboarded with turquoise cement.
In your eyes,
I read that.
your eyes buttholes.
In your eyes, buttholes? Was that a...
That was, I think, part of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I mean, it's fine. I just want to know what the Way of Water is. Can I spoil it?
The way of water.
Bruce Lee already talked about it.
It's to be flowing. It is to not swim upstream. It is to be part of nature. And it's going to be them raising a kid.
The Way of Water is love.
And the kid is probably going to rebel at some point, and then there's going to be some sort of shit
What
happens.
if the kid turns into a human and he gets a crew cut and he wants
And he's like, fuck these trees, I'm going to cut them down.
He's like, I'll give you the unobtainium if you give me 10 billion deck tearing credits.
Oh my God. How
I love reviews where everyone's like, it looks really good. It's not that great though.
It's such a shame too, because like I really liked the first one for as simple as it was. But
When was the last time you saw the first one?
It's been like 2 years. It was a birthday gift from my uncle. We all used to go to the movies all the time. It was an experience back then.
I mean, seeing it in an IMAX theater was one of the most profound
And like
experiences.
3D
in theater.
blew my mind.
I
3D was
I
cool.
don't know how much they're doing this with variable frame rate. Going back to the Hobbit releases where they had like 120 frames per second for some of those scenes.
Yeah.
I know James Cameron's new goal is to have certain scenes play with higher frame rates and other ones play with lower frame rates because certain like action scenes it wouldn't look as good versus this or that.
Sure.
But
And, I dislike this as a concept a lot. I feel like adjusting the frame rate is always noticeable and it is never done well. It's always super jarring when it happens.
if there's somebody I trust with cutting edge technology, it's James Cameron. If there's somebody I don't trust with story, it's James Cameron.
The shit he writes himself is not good.
If Avatar 1 had ended with all the humans winning and like the Na'vi getting stomped, I'm like, that's a good, proper, sad ending. That's what would happen. But no, we're going to team up, listen to Aerosmith, and punch a dude.
Yeah, and then they bring back the villain from the first one, so apparently he survives, which I think is just a super
What, are we talking about Giovanni Ribisi or are we talking about Crew Cut?
crew cut.
Crew cut,
Crew cut is
General.
and he's an
I'm Crew
avatar.
Cut McGeneral. Where's my coffee?
He's
I love
blue.
the smell of dead people in the morning.
Yeah, so
He's blue?
His body must have died at some point,
And
but he
they
was still alive, so
transferred
they
him.
transferred him to an avatar. So now he's fucking a nature.
What if someone's describing the
Navi.
way of water
Navi.
to him and he goes, "Ice to meet you," and then he punches them
They turn to ice.
and they turn to ice.
I guarantee at some point in the film he's going to look at. I think I heard Vin Diesel is in it, which is weird, but
What?
he's going to turn and look at the person and be like, "I don't know how to swim."
Great.
Yeah, I guarantee that happens. He's going to make a quip about like, "I don't like water. I drink Gatorade." Something dumb.
I prefer whiskey. And then he shoots someone in the head.
I hate water.
What
so
if he
much.
decapitates a Na'vi and it gets super graphic? Then like,
I'd be in.
I'd be back in.
Yeah.
My prediction is the way of water is love. I think they're just gonna, because every bad screenplay goes right to that.
Are you think they're gonna have another white savior come into a foreign tribe, become the
he's-
best of their tribe
well,
within
the-
5 minutes of trying
Well,
and
the white-
save them?
Well, the white savior, or I mean, he's technically still there. He's the main character.
Watching Game of Thrones again, I'm like, the Daenerys stuff was a little hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
She's a white 14-year-old, but she will lead us to salvation.
In the show, they aged her up.
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad looking at those boobies. So
Well, I mean, and in the books, they didn't age her up because
No, I know.
And
'Cause she was
George R.
14,
R.
yeah.
Martin has said, like, someone asked, like, who would you most want to eat with out of your characters? He says Daenerys Targaryen in her Carthene dress, which is just one of her boobs hanging out. I'm like, dude, she's like 14 when you wrote that.
Yeah, dude, you got to calm down, man.
You can't say that stuff out loud. You're on an interview on TV.
it's true.
The thing is about Elden Ring is I wrote 5,000 years of lore. Stephen Colbert's like, I don't care, man.
Just talk about
Plug your shit.
dragons. Ugh. I just that George R. R. Martin. You have to wonder if that guy probably fucks weird, right?
You ever just look at somebody, you're like, yeah, he fucks
No,
weird.
I don't think he does. I think he writes and thinks a lot about it, but I don't think he does it.
Oh, he's getting blowies.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know, to be honest. I heard he was on a boat with Tarantino, so maybe.
Foot.
A foot.
It's all sentient feet.
Yeah, man.
Oh, get your. Never mind. I don't even know what he sounds like. I can't. I don't even know what he sounds like.
I don't know if I've ever heard him talk.
I don't think I have.
Hey, he talks a little high, actually. He kind of goes, he has like a higher pitched voice, and he's from New York.
Does he have like a New York accent?
Not a thick one, but.
New York over here.
Hey, the dragons.
We got one of them cars that park themselves.
You call that a slice of dragon?
Get the fuck out
Get
of
the
here.
fuck out of here. Hey, I'm flying here.
I only eat New York dragons. I don't eat Chicago dragons.
What is it, a deep dish dragon?
They don't have the good water up here, like up here.
Going down to Jersey for your dragons?
Dude, that 14-year-old had a titty hanging out.
Listen, when you're poor, sometimes you got to eat the $1 dragon down the street. But I'll tell you, it's still better than Chicago pizza. Might as well be a
Chicago.
lasagna dragon.
He
You never
said
catch me in Newark. Not once, not never.
he said the other day that he said the other day he has only like 500 more pages to write for Winds of Winter.
Only.
And he's already written like 1,200. And the interviewer very wisely said, why don't you just release it as like 2 or 3 separate books and just get them out? Get people off your back and release something. And it was the most sound argument I've ever heard in my life. It's like, just release it as 2 books. You can't even bind a book
They already did
without
it
special binding.
They already did it with like the
Dance with Dragons.
Dance of Dragons and Feast
Storm
of
of
Crows.
Swords. Not Feast for Crows. Oh, Feast for Crows and Dance of Dragons, they split into 2 books.
That's what I'm
They've
saying.
also further done that where they like split, I think, both Dance with Dragons and Storm of Swords into 2 smaller books as well. But why not just release Winds of
might as
Winter
well.
Part 1? You can call it, and then the other one something
Then
else.
you buy yourself some more time then.
People get off your back.
Yeah. Well, I saw in an interview that he did with Stephen King, they were talking about their writing process, and Stephen King was like, if I'm going to write that day, like 7 pages is my goal. Like, it doesn't have to be good pages, but I want to write 7 pages.
Yeah.
And George R. R. Martin's like, 7 pages? I can barely write 1. And I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
That checks out.
That checks out.
But he's also had what's 365 times 12
Divided by or times? Times.
times.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. He had
Even if he
plenty
got
of time.
1 page done a day,
Yeah.
No, he won't.
know.
He won't.
he's gonna die. He's gonna die.
You know
before
what?
this
You know
ends.
what's very exciting recently is Hideo Kojima has been posting a lot of pictures of him hanging out with Mike Flanagan, one of my favorite horror directors.
What has he made?
Haunting of Hill House, Bly
Oh, yeah.
Manor, Midnight
Oh.
Club, Gerald's Game. He's doing the Dark Tower now because they
rules.
canceled Midnight Club too, so he's going to Amazon to make the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Which he has said is his like peak goal of his life is to make a good Dark Tower series.
The Stephen King series?
Yep.
God, Dark Tower is like a well-written book full of batshit ideas that I think are stupid.
Well,
So do you like it?
I don't think I do, but I'm also like, I'm intrigued by what this is.
I'm not a Stephen King person.
There's a lot of rape in sentient trains.
This sounds
Sentient
like,
Trains, though, is right down your alley,
dude,
man.
you love trains.
You love trains.
Dude, think how many trains you love. Bayonetta,
Bayonetta, but train has boobies.
Polar Express,
I was going to say Polar Express.
That train might have hidden boobies.
Wild Wild West, that great train
That's
where
got a butt in it.
that's got a butt, and
Yeah.
where he goes, he's underneath the train.
I still
yeah.
prefer the giant walking spider.
Yeah, that was
Mechanical
pretty
spider.
awesome.
Dude,
Also, that movie is fucking crazy.
yeah,
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I watched it recently-ish as an adult, and I'm like, yeah, I understand now why I liked it.
That's the reason Will Smith's not in The Matrix. He turned down The Matrix to be in Wild Wild West, famously.
Damn. And I thought slapping Chris Rock was the worst thing he did for his career.
He would have been. He would have been a bad
funny.
Neo. He would have ruined that movie.
It wouldn't have been as good.
I think we're all starting to find out that Will Smith isn't that good.
Well,
He
you
needs-
see the trailer for Emancipation. It's just Will Smith doing that Will Smith face.
I
Yeah.
hate that Will Smith face.
He also was supposed to play Django, and then he turned it down because he felt like Django wasn't the main character.
Oh,
He thought
he
Dark.
didn't want to play second banana to Christopher Walken.
Christopher Waltz. If Christopher Walken.
Oh, Christopher
Hey, get the
Walken.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, no, but
I
then
can't do a Christopher Walken right now.
I think it was that and
Django. I can't do it either.
You're gonna let him go right now.
That's probably as
Yeah.
good as we're gonna get.
I'm Austrian. I don't know how to do it.
I'm a dentist. What?
Could you imagine Christopher Walken speaking German in that movie?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Ich
don't know.
bin ein Berliner.
I have papers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Will Smith is not a great actor.
And then
There are good movies he's in.
they're
but he's
gonna
not a
try
good
to
actor.
they're gonna try to get Anthony Mackie his own Captain America movie.
I think it'll be fine.
I
don't think-
Anthony Mackie is low rent Will Smith already. So
I think that's too harsh, but I don't think he is. I've never seen him act anything where I was like blown away by it, but it's maybe because
they
he hasn't
give
been
him-
given anything strong
yeah,
to do.
well, that character
Earlier
they
in his
didn't write
career, I
Falcon
agree
well.
with you on that. When he was like Pain and Gain, he did with Michael Bay, and like that era of his career, I did think he was the poor man's Will Smith. I was like, you're just
Well, in Marvel movies these days, it's never just about the character. It's about 7 guest characters too.
Yeah.
And it's never going to be like, this is Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. Now it's Monica Rambeau's daughter plus Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
America Chavez.
And it's never going to be about one character anymore because
Oh,
they need
yeah.
to have the draw. So
Well, it's the draw, but it's also they haven't found anyone nearly as charismatic as Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
or technically, I mean, even Chris Hemsworth.
They also have not done themselves any favors in Phase 4 by releasing their content so quickly because they're impeding with the finales of the shows with the release of a new series and or a movie.
Oh, sure.
Like they are like kind of layering themselves and they're splitting their audience and it doesn't make any sense. Like let one finish and then put out the next thing. Give us a little breathing room in the middle. Like
I think they're panicking because they're getting lower box office numbers than they ever have.
But that's going to be the way film goes probably for the rest of our lives.
Well, the
like,
superhero trend is going to die soon.
and theaters are dying.
It's like yeah, I mean it's like the Wild West genre. Like eventually those things were like the top for about 15 years
Yeah.
and then the bottom drops out and that's what you got.
And now it's just Avatar for the next 20 years. That's all we're going to get now.
Yeah.
It's crazy that
5
James
Avatar
Cameron
movies.
says crazy shit like, I already wrote Avatar 10. It's like, fuck off, man.
Come along, children. It is time for our mandatory governmental viewing of Avatar 17.
Laugh now.
We are very excited because the government says so.
And I'm just so excited for that movie not to do as well as it needs to make money.
Oof, but they're gonna put it all through the pipeline though. They're gonna double down.
China
Because they already
will
put
save
so
it.
much money in it.
Even-
China's gonna save the
China's
hell
going to save the
out of
shit
it.
But
out of it.
I don't know. To reach those big numbers, it needs not just China. It needs everyone.
China
It's famously, as Dylan always says, China can do anything.
China can do whatever they want if you got enough people to do anything. You
Yeah.
can do anything.
And me, a person who's gone to the movies quite
They
a
can
bit
make a ladder
recently.
to the moon made of Chinese people. I learned that.
Could be really?
I believe so.
We don't know. No one's done the math. Kirby's only 8 inches.
How many?
I still don't believe that. I've seen him bigger.
No, I mean,
Well,
that's official.
Yeah, and he's
So
3
Samus is like 3 feet tall.
No, Smash Brothers, they flub heights for Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
That's why Ridley can fight people and not be the size of the stage.
Also, Kirby does have the ability to just make himself bigger, right?
They're all technically toys. Yeah. We forgot about that canon.
Yes, Melee did make that official. Amiibos.
No, the first game did.
They're all amiibos. They're just amiibos.
I have so many amiibos. I have so many Smash characters.
Dude, you have the best amiibos.
I have only the good ones.
Yeah.
It's true.
I have
I never
zero.
got a Ridley, but I have a Bayonetta. She's fun.
Do you use it like they do in the Lighthouse?
No, she's not naked or anything. Though I have seen some.
I seen your cooking.
I've seen some
You liked it.
documentaries. I've seen some documentaries of Bayonetta. It's fine.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh my god, yeah. Kirby, I love it. Keep making them. I don't know. I think
Forgotten Land is a breath of fresh air.
Forgotten Land is an extremely good breath of fresh air because I was worried about it. Not like greatly worried, but if that thing flubbed, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I think these games are still worth making. I think Kirby is a really fun, endearing character. I watched a YouTube video, I think by Ant Dude,
Yeah, I watched that one.
and he had this really great like button-up shirt, and it was pink, but it had little Kirby designs in it. And I turned to Jordan and I go, "I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna fucking wear it."
Nice.
Yeah. And then I looked it up, and it's kind of expensive, and I said,
Maybe later.
"Oh wait."
Kirby games are fun. Kirby's a great character. They're not always for me. I'm happy that there are always going to be games more geared towards the younger age group. And not only that, games that have the options to have harder modes, but also extremely fun. Like they're designed to be easy, which I think is a good thing for younger gamers. And not everyone needs trains in leather. Some people just want Kirby.
I mean, her suit is made out of hair.
Dude, now imagine if Kirby ate Bayonetta
He does in Smash.
in your mind.
Okay. I mean, I'm not into Vor, but you know, Brad, what was your favorite Kirby game you played?
Forgotten Land is not a classic one. My favorite classic one was Amazing Mirror for the Game Boy Advance. That just seemed like the sweet spot where the gameplay was fast. When Kirby's slow, it's kind of tedious. So I needed to move quick. And once that happens, I enjoy them more. I don't like it when they add helpers, when they add odd extra things. Inhale, copy,
The core.
The core is all I need. Some fun mini games on the side,
I agree with you.
and
But that's how they get in. That's how they make 2-player happen.
which I want to try 2-player for
It's fun.
Forgotten Land. It looks like it'd be fun, but
Yeah.
yeah. Overall, I think Kirby's fine. Kirby's cool. I like him more than I did before, but he's definitely lower on my tier of Nintendo characters that I have big feelings for.
Who is the one you have the most feelings for?
As far as Nintendo games, what are my favorite ones? You know, I Mario games are probably the most fun.
They are.
I
They're
wish
focus
there were more Metroid games. I haven't played enough Zelda, but I've played enough to know that I like it.
I mean,
And if there were more Donkey Kong and Metroid games that are of quality, I would say either of them. But
where the hell is our Tropical Freeze
2
sequel?
Yes,
Yeah, we need another Donkey Kong game.
Oh my
we're
god!
clamoring. If you've never played Tropical Freeze, get that for the Switch.
Yeah.
I have it. You can borrow it.
Yeah, that is amazing.
It is.
One of the best Nintendo games ever, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. Very difficult, actually.
That's good.
So you can fuck up real bad in that game.
Oh, yeah. Don't try it.
Don't try it.
If you're not good,
You don't want none of this.
if you're not good, you don't want a part of
All
it.
right. Tyler, what is your favorite Kirby game on the Sega Saturn?
Just Kirby.
Dude, I gave you the easy pitch and you knocked it out of the park.
It's perfect.
Just Kirby.
It's fine. I don't know how much longer we can tease you for that. You were in like an element that wasn't your own.
It's iconic.
Now it is.
I wish I had moments that were that iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, you said Titty fucked the bat out of the gate for our podcast. I'm like, this guy's a superstar. You're like the Kenny Powers of podcasters.
Yeah, the homeless podcaster.
Well, time for Christmas.
Truly.
Drive safe.
Whatever you celebrate it and have a good time.
We are not a super religious or a certain denomination podcast. We believe in people and joy and being kind. So drive safe, eat a lot of food, and
Be nice.
hug the people you love.
Don't be mean to grandma, because I was mean to grandma once and it didn't turn out good.
If you want to do something nice for your grandma, play her this episode of Raw Dogs.
Yeah.
What's a Nintendo?
Oh, Kirby.
Oh, he's cute. I like that little fella. Did you know my mom never watched any of the Marvel movies, and in like 2017 when Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 came out, he's like, I don't know about any of those movies, but I sure do love that little guy. He dances.
That's all you need, man.
Sometimes, like, I mean, I bet you $1 million there are people who collect Kirby merchandise but have never played a Kirby game.
Oh, it's like Josh's uncle who just has Cuphead shirts.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes shit just hits you.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably collect Kirby stuff.
Oh, the outro. Hair of the Dogcast exists because of people like you. So thank you. If you have a chance to write a 5-star review, or heck, a 4.5-star review with a compliment, we'll take that too. If you have any questions or thoughts about this episode, reach out to us on Instagram or Twitter. On Instagram at Hair of the Dogcast, Twitter at Hot Dogcast, and you can email us at hairofthedogcast@gmail.com. If you want access to a bunch of bonus episodes, our after show, or a movie podcast exclusive to Patreon, go to patreon.com/hairofthedogcast. Big Merry Christmas and thank you to executive producers Ryan Christianick, Tyler Keller, Kip, the Kirby-loving crazy man, Brian Ward, and Jordan Elizabeth. What does she prefer?
It doesn't matter.
Jordan, whose
She
house
might
got
listen.
flooded.
Yeah.
We're part of the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network. Thanks for tuning in. Tyler, take us out.
Merry Christmas.
Sing us a song.
Sing a song.
Oh, sing a song.
Quick.
Just like a 3-minute song.
Quick, like a
3-minute song?
Just start.
I'll do like that.
Okay. Shit. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
We're done.
Jingle
Bye.
bells rock.